Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sitting outside of the orthodontist. How is everybody? I hope you are well. It is orthodontist day, haircut day, running around because, I don't know if other school districts do this, because I've never seen a school district that does this until, hello, Angela, Megan, Lori, Carrie, until we moved here. The high schools, I'm assuming it's only the high schools. The high schools have a practice SAT, PSAT, that is administered to students, and they shut the school down otherwise. Good morning, Tammy and Jackie and Carol and Allie and Karen. Which doesn't make sense to me, because I feel like, can't you test them in one side of the school and then let school happen on the other side of the school? But every high school in the county, if the kid is not taking the PSAT, they don't go to school. They have an online learning day, which is, I guess, hey, Jennifer and Candy and Liz, I guess is like your version of an online school day when there's a snow day. So I don't know why they do that, but today there's no school for Brian or Sophia because of this PSAT that neither of them are taking. So they have online school days. Hello, Adela and Kim and Jill. So we're starting our day at the orthodontist. Then, feel better, Tammy. Then I have to drive the homecoming guest approval form. The homecoming guest approval form has to be driven to the girlfriend's mother's work. She has to then take it home to her daughter, who's taking it into her school tomorrow to get it signed. But the humdinger is, I have to then go pick it up from the girlfriend's high school tomorrow and drive it back to his high school tomorrow because it's due tomorrow. The guest form to buy your guest ticket. And the reason that it's due tomorrow is because I've asked him to get this guest form for 2 weeks and he's forgotten to do it. So now, it's become my emergency. So that's what's on the docket for today. And, I was happy to leave the house because Dave is organizing the pantry and the spice cabinet. I don't know why he's doing that. Not that it doesn't need to be done, but I feel like he has a million other things that he needs to do, but he is avoiding doing those things, and he's cleaning out the pantry and the spice cabinet. Now, I'm glad he's cleaning out the spice cabinet and the pantry because it needs to be done and I didn't want to do it. But I'm positive that he had things that he was supposed to be doing, but he is procrastinating and doing other things instead. So it seems like everybody's high school does this now. So it must be like a thing, because I know that when we were in school, they didn't do that. But that was a long time ago. Shannon, I don't know why they don't do these guest forms. So like if you take a non-student to your homecoming or your prom or whatever, they have to have a guest form signed by the dean of their high school. And like, why can't that be done online? To me, it's like, do it. email it, you know? So I'm going to ask if the mom, to see if she won't call Coy High School. Ooh, shit. Now I told you where the kid goes to school. I guess, does it matter? You guys know where I live. Anyway, I'm going to ask her to call the high school and see if they will fax it over to my son's school. Yeah. They had their homecoming. Now it's my son's homecoming. So they get to go to 2 homecomings because they go to different schools. Which I think is very nice. But I do think, yeah, Natalie, it's 2025. Can we not get all of this done online? Can there not just be a form? Can there not just be a form for this? Please. Pretty please. Also, yesterday I did have my pre-op appointment for my breast augmentation, which I posted a picture last night just talking about the fact that I'm going to be doing it. And some of the comments of people who are letting me know that they are unfollowing me because I'm choosing to get a boob job. Like, I don't understand that that's your line. Like, your line, she's like, I loved everything about you and I love your journey, but you're getting a breast augmentation, so I have to unfollow you. And I guess I'm confused as to why that's the line. I mean, like, I get it. You want to unfollow now. Clearly, I've made you uncomfortable with choosing to get a plastic surgery procedure on myself. I just found that it's interesting. Like, that's your line. But okay. So, I don't know. But anyway, the pre-op appointment went very well. We went through all of the medical stuff, the medical questionnaires, all of those things. I have had blood work done in the last 3 months because I'm on HRT, which I'm sad. I didn't know that I have to stop my HRT 2 weeks before the surgery. And that does make me sad because that means that for 2 weeks, I'll probably have hot flashes and some intense mood swings because I am in full menopause and the HRT is what keeps me sane. So I'm sad that I have to stop my estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone because I'm on all 3 because I'm full-blown menopause. So that makes me sad. I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. I'm like, but are you sure? She's like, yeah. So I have to stop taking those end of next week. And yeah, so for people that are like, it's nobody's business, why did you say anything anyway? I do think people may notice. I do think people may notice because if we're being honest, there is nothing here. Boop. There's nothing here. To say there's nothing here, there's nothing here. So I'm not going in and getting Dolly Parton bazookas. But there will be some sweater puppies in here, and I think people will notice. So I feel like it's crazy to not say anything about it and then show up with boobs to me, that's like, well, why wouldn't I say something? Like, I'm not embarrassed that I'm doing it. I've waited 25 years to do it. I got my first breast augmentation consultation at 20 years old. At 20 years old, I got my first consultation. And then over the years, I had 2 more consultations. If they don't notice you didn't get them big enough. Well, I'm not looking for anything big, just normal. Oh, Barbara. Barbara, why are you here? It's too early. It's too early. And now Barbara goes bye-bye. I just don't have the tolerance today. I haven't finished my coffee. It's good you mentioned it. They would notice. I think everybody would notice. Adriana says, you're honest about your life, and that's great. It's still your life, and you do you and make the choices that make you happy. Well, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, Christina, I think, well, the problem is gravity. I'm 45. Gravity is real. Definitely takes a toll. Things hang. And if you are like adamantly against it, don't do it. Just don't do it. If you're adamantly against it. Like, nobody is sitting here saying you have to do it. Like, so anyway, that was a good appointment. Met with the doctor again, and we talked about exactly what I was looking for. I had a lot of pictures of what I don't want and pictures of what I do want. And I was like, just so you know, this is really what I'm looking for. No, I don't think I'm trying to get attention with the boobies. That isn't the goal. They're just for me, and they are not going to be a spectacle of, big spectacle boobies. You want to do the opposite and get a reduction. You're afraid of the pain, though. Well, I'll let you know how it goes. Oh, people are so critical of everybody else's choices. I just don't there's so much going on. There's so much going on. The nitpicking and the judgment that we cast upon why? Get them a little bigger than you think you want, trust me. I don't think they don't tell you cc's to cup size is not a thing, I guess. But it's going to be somewhere around, I think, 250. So anyway, enough about the boobies. But that'll be in the 12th. So I don't know what today is. What is today? 22nd. So I'm doing it on the 12th. It's no different than getting braces, in my opinion. It's cosmetic work. Well, it is cosmetic. Yeah, I did braces years ago to fix my grill, which was one of the best investments I made because I had very crooked teeth and we just could not afford going to the dentist as a kid or the orthodontist. And so I had to do that as an adult in my late 30s, which is not fun to have braces in your late 30s, but that was phenomenal. And the nice thing is you get a payment plan. I love a payment plan. Lay away those tater tots. Oh, Brianna said she loves hers. 42, went supernatural. Yeah, and when you breastfeed, like I breastfed 3 kids. And it really does. Maybe there are people who breastfed and it didn't damage them. Not me. Mine just lost everything. Like the deflated pancakes hanging off of a rack of ribs. So anyway, yeah, so I go in on the 12th for that. I'm going out of town the beginning of the month for a work thing that I'm not sure that I'm allowed to share where I'm going yet, but like I said yesterday, as soon as I know if I'm allowed to share it, I will. I'm very excited about the trip. I'm very excited that I got invited to go on this trip. I'm super pumped about it. So hopefully I can share that with you guys before I go, but if not, I'll share it when I'm there. But yeah, so I get to go on a little work trip. And then I get the boobies. Who is being mean in here? And why do we have to do that? You know Tiffany will want to touch them. Yeah. Tiffany is so funny. I don't know who Brick is, and I don't see it. Maybe they left and deleted their comments after you guys told them to shut up. What do I put in my coffee? Just creamer. Would you say you're getting kiwi size or grapefruit size? I don't know that you could use those two. Let's say barely C. Barely a C. Barely. Barely. Okay, I see. Brick is saying, great example for your 16-year-old daughter. Vanity, insecurity, and for your son. Wow. So here's what I'll tell you, Brick, because nobody asked you. Done. He's now blocked. Nobody asked you. But what I will tell you is this. In terms of why I'm 45. If my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter, when she is 45, wants to get her boobs done because she has nursed 3 kids or nursed a kid, or they just aren't what she's happy with anymore, I would go to the surgery with her and hold her hand and take care of her after. That's what I would do as a mom. That's what I would do. I work out 5 days a week. I try to eat as healthy as I possibly can. I go to the doctor. I take care of myself. I do all of the things that I'm supposed to do. And because I have a desire to want breasts, I'm now the worst person on the internet. Okay. So, thank you, Holly. So do I care that you think that I'm a terrible example to my 16-year-old daughter? No, I don't. I don't. I'm a grown-ass woman, Lauren. I'm 45. I'm a grown-ass woman. I didn't ask somebody else to pay for them. I'm the one making the payments. And so, the reason that I shared it is because it's something that I'm doing, and I'm not a moron. I don't think that people aren't going to notice. I talked to the doctor a ton about the breast implant, syndrome or breast implant sickness or any of that. And he said that there's so much research that says that it's really a mental thing. And unless you have a slew of autoimmune diseases, that it's, I've done some research. I've spoken to the doctor. I've spoken to other people who have them. I went specifically and saw a rheumatologist, got blood work done, a full rheumatology panel, to clear myself before this surgery. And I do not have any autoimmune disease based on the rheumatology report, outside of my thyroid issue, which is being treated. So I feel like I've covered my bases the best anybody could cover their bases by being seen by the doctors and getting the blood work done and checking things out. So I think that's all you can do. Do I think that having a surgery, can cause absolutely. I mean, I'm not a stranger to having had surgeries, right? Like I had my esophageal tumor removed. I had 2 hernia repairs, one with mesh, gallbladder taken out, uterus taken out, ovary taken out. Like, I'm no stranger to having had a surgery, and to have to recover. The type of implant that I'm doing is called, I think it's called Motiva. Well, I do hope you get that back, Jody. And I'm not... Psychologically, what if you're not happy with the results and will you put up with or look to resolve it? I guess I don't know the answer to that. I guess I don't know the answer to that. I wouldn't know until it happens, I guess. Helen wants to know, you are always complaining about money and bills. How do you justify this? Well, I pay all my bills. I think most of us complain about bills because nobody wants to pay them. I have put money away for this. We don't take vacations and trips frequently, or really, I mean, we haven't had a family vacation in 2 years. So it's my choice, and I saved up my money, and I work a lot, and my husband works a lot. And I pay my bills. I haven't asked anybody else to pay my bills, last I checked. I haven't asked anybody else to pay my bills. Maybe I should put, you know how people write on their car windows, buy me a drink, Venmo me some money? Should I write on my car windows, buy me some titties, send me some money, and put my Venmo on it? I could find so many ways to say it too. Michelle says, I say do what you want to do. Not my thing personally, but I'm not going to unfollow you for it. Yeah, I find it so interesting. I have to go in? Okay, I got to go into the dentist. I'll see you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful day. And tomorrow, 9 a.m., there is a podcast. So everybody that is a Patreon or a supporter over there for the podcast, we'll see you there. Okay.